Hi there, and thank you so much for watching. It is Tuesday, September 8th, and I might be a little late, but I am officially on the wagon for No Spend September. Woohoo! I'm excited. I had been debating because, as I mentioned in a previous video, I have been coming off a period of being in job seeker mode where I didn't really spend any money at all, and then I saw this challenge come up and I was like, oh, I wanted to participate, but I'm like, I just did no spend like August and July. But I figured this would be a great discipline. It was funny because I went on a shopping trip yesterday just to pick up some last minute things to a mall by my house, and they were all planned. It was like a grocery run. But I kept looking, and because I kind of set aside money to kind of refresh my wardrobe, especially because I was like, oh, I want to present sort of a polished and professional image. That's why I want to spend the money. And that may be true, but I'm like, you can present a polished and professional image with what you already have. So to that end, and I was walking around and I was like, I'd pick something up and be like, do I want this thing or do I want to be debt free? Do I want this thing or do I want to be debt free? And I'm like, debt free wins. So that is my tale of how I came to be officially on the wagon. And to that end, this is one of the strategies I'm using to stay on the wagon. And this is, I'm going back to the envelope system. So I have these envelopes. I dug out my trusty Dave Ramsey envelopes, which actually, I'll be right back. It's kind of a little delightful hint that I was on the right track because I have the Dave Ramsey envelope kit from way back when I took FPU. And I opened it up, and then what do I find in it but a coupon for a free Ben & Jerry's pint that I just tucked in there randomly. So I'm like, okay, that's like a little, sort of a little gift on the way, which I firmly believe that if you set out to do something, if you set out in the right direction, you'll find help along the way. Even if you don't know how you're going to get to your final destination, you'll find help. That's kind of a core belief of mine. So back to the strategy. I have the envelope. And I guess we'll see how my strategy works out and my core belief works out during the month. So I have the envelope and I've labeled it October Fun, which is kind of, I was thinking about it as well because my birthday's in October and I'm figuring I can hold out for whatever 23 more days just to not spend anything in September, anything extra. And I'll link the rules to the challenge below. I think the former Mrs. Jones started it, and thanks to her for this. So what I did was I had an amount that I was going to spend yesterday, and when I was walking around and I decided not to spend it, I figured, well, let me bank that so that at least I'll have that for the future, and it won't be spent now. So I'm not spending, but I'm kind of getting ready to spend. And it helps me. I guess it's the whole delaying gratification thing. One of my favorite quotes is, don't sacrifice what you want most for what you want in the moment. And so I'm using that now. So I put the money inside the envelopes, so that will be all set to go for October. In the meantime, I'm learning discipline. And it was another thing kind of, because I know a budget girl had mentioned that too, having like a wish list of things that you want. And as I was getting ready to start this job, one of the things that I wanted was a new fancy pants notebook, because I use the Moleskine. These are the Volant notebooks, just the smaller ones that are lightweight and you carry around. And I've in the past, when I've started a job or been on like a job seeking type quest, I've kept notes on the quest. So this I started in June, and it's kind of like a catalog of what I did to find the job that I'm in right now. And it's been really helpful because I've been keeping these for about five years. And to look back and kind of notice what I've done in the past to find the type of work that I enjoy. And it's, because I've had a couple jobs and I've moved around a bit, but it's always, thank God, been in an upward path. So I see these and I think, oh, learning and growth. So it was kind of like a visual thing. I thought, oh, well, I deserve that. It's a great new job. I can afford to buy the brand name notebooks. And I'm like, that's the kind of thinking that got me in debt to begin with. So let's not do that. So rather than buy a new version of this, I dug through my stationery stockpile, which is pretty big. I'm surprised I didn't have these, but I didn't. So I just decided to use what I had instead. So I'm going to be using this notebook to take notes on the job, which, speaking of the job, today is my first day. So I'm really excited. It's about 8:10. I'm kind of running a little late. I don't have to be there until 10, and it'll take about half an hour to get there. So I'm so excited to be able to make this video and hopefully get that up to say formally, and to kind of put more things in, so if people search No Spend-tember, that'll come up. So I hope that strategy's been helpful. The strategy, again, is don't spend, have an envelope. Stop yourself. Don't buy it and put it in an envelope instead. Save. So don't spend, save. And to delay gratification, because that's really the point of this, is learning that we're adults, we're grown-ups. If you have money to spend, you're an adult. I don't care how old you are. Like if you have